Welcome to Sensible Secondhand Classics, a series where we look at practical and sensible cars that are over 15 years old, but you can buy for a budget of between £1,000 and £5,000. This is a 2007 Volkswagen Polo Mark IV 1.8 GTI. But is it any good? Should you care? Let's find out, shall we? So the Mark IV Volkswagen Polo was launched in February 2002. I've just had a look at the press information for the car, and that's the date it gives, so we'll go with that. It replaced the very, very successful Mark III Polo that had been in production for about 7 years, and I had a Mark III Polo from 1998 as my first ever car with my twin sister. So, driving Polos is always very nostalgic for me, whatever generation it is, Mark II, Mark V, whatever it is. I've never actually driven a Mark III for many, many years on the channel. So if anybody's got a Mark III Polo, please do get in touch. We'll have my email address on the screen in a second. In fact, the 1.4 Twist I drove in 2022 for no budget reviews, that is a very late pre-facelift car on an 05 plate. The basic engine available in the Mark IV when it was launched in 2002 was a 1.2 with 54 horsepower. There's also a 63 brake horsepower version of an engine available. And then we got into this 1.4s, and oh my goodness me, viewers, there were many, many, many of them. 1.4 with 73 horsepower, a 1.4 FSI with 85 horsepower, and then a 1.4 16 valve with 99 horsepower. In 2007, the engines were changed significantly. The 1.2s were up to I think it was 59 horsepower and then 69 horsepower. 1.4 was up from 73 horsepower to, I think, 79 horsepower. Then we had a 1.6, which actually replaced one of the 1.4s from memory, which had 103 horsepower. And then at the top of the range, with the facelift, came the GTI Cup Edition. This GTI is 148 horsepower, and the Cup Edition 178 horsepower, but they're very, very rare. There are also some diesels available, but as usual, due to controversial judgment legislation and all kinds of other reasons, we don't talk about diesels on this channel. So apart from the body kit on this car that you'll see a little bit later, this car is largely standard. Wheels have been changed for Mark V wheels though. And it goes along very, very nicely indeed. My goodness me, this has plenty of power. It's only a little car, 148 horsepower is absolutely loads. I mean, the little 1.2s with 0 to 60 times in excess of 16 seconds in some cases. A bit different from this car, 0 to 60 in about 8.2 seconds. It actually feels really nice. It's not too hard. Steering feels really good. Why Volkswagen didn't market these from the start, they only came in after the facelift, I don't really know. Not sure about that. It feels really good actually. I'm really impressed with this. I didn't know what to expect, but I've really driven the 1.2 and 1.4 versions of this, but it's really nice. I imagine if you drove this carefully, you get, 40 miles per gallon or something out of this too. So yes, we'll come back a little bit later and we'll go round a roundabout and see how that goes. About 3 years ago on the channel I filmed a 2005 Volkswagen Polo. It's a pre-facelift 9N model, 1.4 twist. This is about as different as it gets. This is a post-facelift 2007 1.8 GTI. Now the GTI Mark IV Polo is quite rare. The facelift version is known as the 9N3. This has had some modifications done to it. It actually has a body kit on this from a Belgian company called Caractère. There we go, Caractère, which is a standard option for the Mark IV GTI. It has had a rear diffuser changed on it for one from the Blue Motion, which is weird. It also matches these silver mirror caps, which have been fitted by the current owner. The wheels as well come off a Mark V Polo, so it is a little bit different. There we go, the silver diffuser there at the back. The Mark IV Polo was a very, very popular car. In fact, the Polo is still a very popular car over here. But I have not seen many GTI models at all. In fact, I've seen virtually none. The Cup edition of the GTI is even rarer than this. So obviously, good advice for life here. And also good advice for life there too. So open this up. Boot's about, I think it's about 250 litres or so. You can see the gentleman who owns this is a little bit of an obsessive. He's got sort of all kinds of compartments for fitting things in. He's got a boot liner in here. You've got the Verband Tasche, the first aid kit in there as well. And a place to put your oil. So yes, not your average Mark V. There we go. Caractère. I imagine this body kit was quite expensive back in the day. But that's a thing that continues to this day. Your options on Volkswagens, terribly, terribly expensive. Let's have a look at the back. Get a 3 or 5 door. Not a lot of room. Let's actually go on the other side. That'd be better, won't it? Let's go on that side. Right, just move these out of the way. We'll get in here. For some reason, now this car's got two major options on it. One is the leather interior, and one is the winter pack. We'll discuss that a bit later. But only the cars with leather interiors got a rear armrest. Answer me that, viewers. Why was that the case? Why did only the cars with leather interior come with a rear armrest? Strange. So headroom, it'll be good. I imagine the last one of these I drove was a 3-door. This is a 5-door. Got a rear courtesy light, brilliant. It's been LED upgraded, so it's okay. Like, you know, if I went a little bit further forward, I'd be fitting in here. So get your friends in. A lot of these are owned by younger people, of course. Yeah, go and enjoy yourselves, whatever it is you get up to in your Mark IV GTI. It's a nice interior actually, with this little bit of red stitching. I quite like it actually. It's not the brightest interior, but dark headliner, of course. It's a GTI. It's sort of quite tasteful, really. Let's put those in there. So we need that. Just a normal 5-speed manual. You could get an automatic on some trim levels, of course. We'll have a look at that a little bit later because it's written down in my book. The thing we do have in here, apart from this annoying lacquer peel, is some brochures. We've got a GTI brochure, press information here. We've got a general Mark IV brochure from the pre-facelift ones, and we've got a Polo June brochure. June came out in 2004. Quite expensive, a Polo June. They didn't sell a lot of them over here. It's really strange because the Volkswagen T-Cross pretty much inhabits exactly the same place in the market the June would have done about 20 years ago, but is much more successful. I suppose they put the future along with Road with the Streetwise, which came out the previous year. Right, we just get in and shut the door and we will continue. So I've just got out of a Mark I Octavia Veros estate, and You can see some of the parts are exactly the same. The headlamp switch is exactly the same. The mirror switch is exactly the same. Crazy. Nice simple controls. I mean, these cars were built down to a price. The Polo wasn't an expensive car necessarily. With most trims, I mean, the GTI and GTI Cup Edition were very expensive, but most of them weren't. And so it's put down to a price, but it's not too bad. This car has actually had the dash covered in a different material. It would have been like a soft plastic. This has been covered in this sort of leather. So nice steering wheel. And then an aftermarket camwood system for, you know, modern motoring. Put the key in if I can do this with my left hand. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we are. Standard Volkswagen beeps and bongs and things. Got an aftermarket system. Here we go. And the cup holder. Violent cup holder. Oh my gosh, viewers. That's going to cause nightmares, isn't it? Apparently, this is quite a common thing to go wrong, which is a bit of a shame. The Mark IV I drove in 2022 also had the cup holder working perfectly, so it's obviously something which is okay. I'm not sure I get the commission documents in there today. No, unfortunately not. We're going to have to put those in the door pocket, which will be fine, I'm sure. There we go. Fits in there nicely. Oh, there's that little shelf down there to put them in. Problem is that when you put your secret commission documents in there, you can't get anything out of the glove box, so it's of limited use. We've also got a little shelf down here. It reminds you of something like an Austin 1800. You know, you have a shelf that's running most of the way through the dash. Cigarette lighter is under there. 5-speed manual. That's an aftermarket armrest, by the way. Standard little handbrake, a little button, which looks nice. The seats are nice and embossed with GTI logo. It's a nice, comfortable car. This it's actually probably feels quite nice for longer journeys. I mean, I prefer like a 1.6 SE or something with a beige leather interior, which you could get. But that's just me. Right. Poked around in here, I think, should have been enough. Why don't we go and have a look? Apart from borrowing this credit card holder here, have a look under the bonnet and see what lurks beneath. So we have Volkswagen's familiar 1.8 20-valve turbo engine, in this case generating 148 horsepower. Do not, under any circumstances, forget to change the cam belt on this, and also the pulleys and tensioners, because that can all go horribly wrong. I mean, you don't really have an economical car anymore. Got the familiar Volkswagen coolant reservoir in here. It's been around to the dawn of time. I think the Audi A3 in 1996 was the first car to have it. Those lasted to at least 2017 in certain cars. So it's all very much sort of rammed in here. One hilarious thing, this car had a new steering rack, and this is why the chap who owned it knows this. The power steering reservoir is down there. A little green thing there, which the camera might focus on. There we go. You can't actually get to that to fill it up unless you take this battery and the tray out. Now, on a standard like 1.4, that wouldn't be a problem. On this 1.8 GTI, it is a problem. So make sure you top that up if you're going to ever change the battery. That's probably the best idea, isn't it? Headlamps, of course, do go cloudy, which is a common problem on a lot of cars of this era, not just Volkswagens and things like that. Obviously, you can get a polishing kit and things to sort that out. Let's take in again the Caractère front bumper. Look at some of these press packs. Go Polo June. What's the date on this? Is this actually dated? Press information. Here we go. This is just a standard Polo, and these are a lot of the engines that were actually available. My gosh, there were a lot of them. Obviously, some of them we can't talk about. So this is the pre-facelift car. So there we go. There's all the specifications here. It's actually quite interesting, a lot of this stuff. There we go. First launched in the UK in early 2002. 3-cylinder, 5565 PS, 7500 PS, and then an 85 PS FSI. FSI was a little bit, I don't know even bothered actually having it, to be honest. I don't really understand that. Yes, ESE Sport, GT we can't talk about, and then Twist and June. 75%, retail buyers, 25% fleet, 60% ladies, average 35 to 55 age range. Yeah, I'd probably say that that's accurate for now as well. I don't know. Maybe somebody commenting below can tell me. So all kinds of interesting things. June, here we go. Oops. I didn't actually drop that, viewers. We will put that up there for June. So this is about a press car, because they were launched in 2004. And the price was £12,500. So there we go, this is June. You can see how kind of forward-thinking this was. Nice interior actually on this particular car here. Why you would specify the smallest engine for the June, I don't know. There's all the colours. It'd be quite slow. Do we actually have a 0 to 60 time for this? Yes, we do. 0 to 62 in 16.5 seconds. Yeah, I think we'd go for the 1.4 personally, viewer. So not a very powerful car. So that's that one. I imagine the Polo press information is very much the same, so we'll skip that one. Go into the GTI. There we go. So, okay, this particular press car was from 2006. I think they came out late 2005. I could be wrong about that. Wow, look at all this. There we are. This is actually the car's original registration number, so we got some information about that. It had only done 16,000 miles. It's January 2007. It's on a personal plate now. As Liebe zum Automobil. So it's a 2006 brochure, which would be just the year before this car. There we go. So nice sort of stuff. I wonder if we can see one with a beige leather interior. Yeah, it's little sort of differences over the pre-facelift cars. There's a GTI, red one, a 3-door, get a 5-door as well. That's the standard interior for a GTI. Obviously this is a leather interior and a winter pack as well. It's got heated seats and headlamp washers and things. There's a June. All the colours, there were quite a few. I like this one. That's nice. And then do we have... Oh, yes. Viewers. Oh... That'd be on the SE as an option, probably. Now let's see if we could get a nice leather interior. Yes. Yes, viewers. Very nice. So it was an option on the SE, blah, 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 GTI. So these are the engines on the facelift cars. The more powerful engines actually came in a little bit later, so we're still on the 55, 60, 64, 75, 75. The Sport with the FSI and the 16 valve, and then the GTI with this particular engine, which is actually 150 PS or 148 horsepower. Those are the ones we don't talk about on this channel. Hope you enjoyed that, viewers. Right, let's get back and have another drive. Right, viewers, approaching a roundabout. Let's see what holds on. Hopefully there's nobody coming. Gearbox is nice and slick on this, actually. Sometimes the gearbox can be a bit stiff. This one's beautiful. Right, here we go. So you've got different suspension in here from the standard one. Let's just throw it around this corner. It's good, it holds on well. The only thing I'd say, the steering, it's not particularly engaging. It's a little bit on the light side. It's direct enough. It just isn't the most engaging that I've ever experienced. In fact, this isn't really an out-and-out hot hatch. The Cup Edition, perhaps, with a bit more power than this. I mean, power is not a problem. There's plenty of it in a little light car like this. Maybe... I don't know, something like a Mitsubishi Colt turbo would be a little bit sharper than this, I don't know. Certainly good though, I quite enjoy it, viewers. I'm not surprised about that particularly while I'm enjoying it, but I am, and I'm very grateful to the gentleman who owns this lovely example. Let me have a go at it. Let's look at some trim level zeros for the Mark IV Polo. Obviously E, S and SE and Sport. GTI standard ones in the Polo June. There are only two special editions. One was a match, which was, I think, replacement of the S after a certain time. And then the Twist, which is the car that I filmed in 2022, which is a late pre-facelift in 2005. Let's have a look at some faults as noted by Mike Humble when he was writing for Parker's a few years ago. These engines do like to eat coil packs. A lot of them do. So if the engine's running lumpy, that might be what you need to do to change them. Electric windows can be a problem. This one's fine. If the engine takes a long time to warm up, but generally a new thermostat, you can have random warning lights. This car, apparently, the engine management light comes on sometimes, but you can get rid of that by giving it a bit of an Italian tune-up. Rear shock absorbers can be a problem, and stiff gearboxes. This gearbox is fine, and the car's 86,000 miles, so that's not necessarily a problem. So viewers, should you consider a Mark IV Volkswagen Polo? Well, you've got something for everyone here. You've got engines from 54 horsepower all the way up to 178 horsepower. So, yeah, really there's a lot of different ones. You couldn't get the saloon over here, which is a bit of a shame because I like saloon cars. But yeah, I've quite enjoyed this. I wouldn't probably, maybe the GTI would be more an enthusiast choice. They're quite rare, and also they can be expensive to maintain. I mean, like something like a, I don't know, a 1.4 16 valve or 1.6 would suit me just fine with a beige leather interior. Anyway, thank you ever so much once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video in the comment below, which will see you again soon for some more reasonably priced nostalgic motoring.